There are three things that I love to see on the road: less traffic, open highways, and honestly, a nicely cleaned car. This here is a Nissan 370Z from 2015, and in its gorgeous magma red. This is a stunning car, and honestly one of the most comfy drives you'll have of the sports car category, making it not only a fun, luxurious feel, but making it feel like you're driving as a daily car, or when you finally do want to open it up, giving you a smooth sense of trust in your vehicle. This one here I have is an automatic, and honestly, one thing I really like is the general price tag. It's just slightly under 20K. But skipping that for now, I want to get into the guts and glory of this car. So let's start with my favorite place to start, the engine. We'll move on to the trunk, finish by the interior. If any one of these bore you, please go ahead and skip ahead. To open the hood, you just simply reach here. Needs a little bit of an extra tug. So fair note, if you're going to get this car, it does take a little extra strength to simply lift the thing. I recommend the 2-finger method than the 1-finger method like some of the other cars have. There we go. The 3.7 liter V6 cranking out 332 horsepower and a considerably good amount of torque at around 250. I'm not sure what the 0 to 60 on this car is, but from what I've seen, they're pretty good at keeping up with other vehicles. But what Nissan capitalizes on is the handling. So if you're buying this car, maybe punching it isn't where you need to think, but think of it more, instead of being like a drag car, a circuit racer. It's going to handle amazing and maintain its speed and comfort. The hood also just in general feels really, really nice, holding in a very solid design with a very beautiful and elegant, simplistic look. But now to the trunk. Opening up the trunk, you simply just reach under here and you'll feel what feels like two little buttons, and you're going to just push the bigger of the two. When you look back here, it may feel like it's a small trunk space for a lift back, but the thing is you got a spare tire under here. Well, spare, don't it? And you have that protecting you and all your you and your passenger from the groceries finding its way up. And a 2-seater, I find this very nice, especially since you see it in other cars where it looks like it's just going to fly into your lap, and that for me doesn't feel too safe. Again, a nice carpeted surface, and a little bit of a chuckle that I noticed is you do have an anchor for a baby seat, but last I checked, you're not supposed to put babies in the front seat, at least in the United States. Inside the car, you get almost a little bit of a sense of being cramped if you try to do what I'm doing, and that's hold a phone to it. But if you rest your arm on the armrest here, it makes the vehicle feel a lot bigger. So, fair note to anyone driving this thing, don't try to keep your arm up here, either up here or down here. It seems to be the most comfortable, but considering I like to drive with this hand on the wheel at all times, while the other hand rests on the shifter, that's where I'm going to capitalize. So to pull this one forward, this one does not have a powered seat, sadly. You just simply yank on the bar down below, which I just grabbed underneath my leg here. Really easy to find. One thing I love is the ability not to leave the shifter. When I need to, it's because I'm in heavy traffic and need to be up here. But for a relaxed drive, I like to keep my hands down here. And what I really like is you got a simple trigger squeeze on the automatic transmission. Your 4-ways are here, so should something happen, it's a simple there. You're going to already be in park. Why worry about moving further? And another very simplistic design is how the air conditioning system is set up. You have the AC adjustments, how it's set up, as well as your temperature, followed by how you want it to flow out. That's really nice because that means my hand can stay here and simply a little stiff on that one. and my hand doesn't really leave. The entire time I was touching, I think I did leave it for like a second, but honestly, you could keep your hand on this the whole time, giving you a sense that everything's right there. And the fact that I can just reach down, I'm not going to turn on the radio for copyright risk, but you can easily just do that without ever leaving your shifter. That is so nice. Everything is right there. Now, this doesn't have, obviously, a lot of the features you see in modern cars, so a lot of people are going to be deterred by that, but hey, I like something that feels a little more ancient, or at least something that doesn't have thousands and thousands of pieces of technology, as weird as that sounds. So what I love to do is have CDs. And what I also love is this playing thing here has a thing where I can put all my CDs. And guess what? More room for CDs. Or, you know, you could try to look cool and hip and modern and wear something like sunglasses. Yeah, I'm a little bit boring. But up here, you have an RPM gauge as well as your speedometer and analog. What I really like, and you'll get to see it here in a second, is this lights up, and I really love it. Hold on. Let me start the car here, because I got the key right in my pocket. So just push. So what I really love is right there, you get a good sense of your time, your battery, and your engine, or sorry, your oil temperature. Easy view for whenever you're trying to look up. I honestly like that because when you're traveling, those are really the things you worry about aside from your fuel. But when I check my fuel, usually I am expecting to look down anyways. What I really like is you can look at the gauge here, and it shows you about how many miles per gallon you're getting. That is so nice. You get to see your lights that are on, the fact I have the e-brake on, and oh, guess what? I'm not buckled up. Thankfully, I'm not driving. Temperature, and your amount of fuel based on a light thing. I like that. It's just different enough. It pulls a little bit of the classic flair with these gauges, with the analogs as well as the digital. It's a nice mixture. Another thing I really love is the fact that Nissan sports their Z badge right here, a constant reminder of this car, and the fact that it has made it through 5 generations. You also have the Z badge down there, giving you another good sense. Sitting at this car, you feel like you're safe. As weird as it sounds, a lot of people look at these cars and they're worried because the smaller size they're not going to feel safe. But I have never felt more safe. And I say that because one of the cars that I compare this to a lot outside my job is the Volkswagen Beetle. And those things handle like tanks in the sense of how they hold where they are. You don't really feel like they're going to go everywhere. Or at least in the Beetles I've been in. So hey, another thing I really wanted to quickly show off, guys, were a few little amenities as well as the sound. Now this one has aftermarket exhaust and catalytic converters. So I just want you to sit here and listen to this beauty real fast. Hold on. I really, really love that sound. And when you're actually giving her a little bit of gas, she sounds so nice. Let me just do this little number here. See if I can angle myself a little funny for you. There we go. Let's hear it. I love the fact she's not too loud. She's still quiet, but still maintains a sense of decency. That gives this car a really solid feel. And what I really love about that is the fact that the handling is stiff. It's not too loose. It's not too sharp. This car feels good to be in. And you don't get that from many other cars. For the 300Z, for the 370Z, that makes this car stand out from its predecessors. It feels comfortable, it feels safe, it feels secure, and no matter what speed you're going, you should always feel like you have yourself well planted on the ground. Big rims giving an offset to the balance of this car, making this car feel as round and curvy as it should be, giving it a very sporty flair from a boxier generation. Another little thing I want to make stand out is the glowing Z on the inside here on the door seal. That's a nice little aesthetic flair. I also love the fact that when I need to move my mirrors, I just get to do it from right here. I don't have to do a whole lot. It's right there. It's just a simple click. You'll hear the mirror in a second. And I can click for the other direction. This car is extremely compact and a great little two-seater for you and your significant other, or if you just have a friend you tote around every now and then. This is a very, very, how do I say, elegant flair to a sports car, and that's what I love about the 370Z. Now, we're going to cut the video here, so if you enjoyed this, please look for some of our other videos that we have. If you're looking around, you don't know what you want, this car again is just under 20K, and honestly, it's a steal with low miles on it. Now, I say low miles because I drive cars with a lot more than this, but magma red, I mean, this car is really nice. Here you guys go through this one more time. That's not half bad, and you guys actually got to see the live inside. We do have to move these cars around the lot occasion, obviously things I do for these videos, but it's a really nice car all around. It's honestly a steal at its price, and you guys need to come in sometime, take a look at this thing. And it sits high enough off the ground, I don't think you have to worry about bumps too much, which is something that a lot of the other sports cars they make nowadays I've found to be a problem. You're too close to the ground and it doesn't feel safe. So again, contact information down below in the description. If you're interested in looking at this car, feel free to drop me a text or call at my personal number, or use the phone number at the office and schedule an appointment. And I will see all of you in the next video. This is 3E here at McLarty Daniel Nissan, signing off.